National Education Policy 2020 highlights and silent futures. If we look into the history of Indian education, in 1835, before independence, Lord Macaulay introduced educational policy with an intention to produce English language higher education, a class of persons Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals and in intellect, who could in their turn develop the tools to permit Western learning in the vernacular languages of India. He wanted to produce a class of persons, Indians in blood and color, but English in taste and opinion, in morals and in intellect, who could serve British India. They wanted to produce clerks to work in British Indian offices, who wanted to produce slaves to work under British Empire. With that intention, the Lord Macaulay introduced education policy in India in 1835. He further says, the Indians, whatever the foreign, they feel superior than their own. So that is what we want, a true dominating nation. Exactly same thing happened. This is the slave mentality. Inferiority complex. The others are superior. Then only he can work under the boss. We are not great. The Western people are great. So this mentality he wanted to introduce in Indian people. So he succeeded. Even after independence today, some people think whatever the foreign, the made in Germany, Japan, USA, China, they feel great about that. So that is what happened. So let us look into the history of education policies of independent India. After independence, 1948-49 University Education Commission, 1952-53 Secondary Education Commission, 1964-66 Education Commission under Dr. D.S. Kothari, 1968 National Policy on Education, 1976 42nd Constitutional Amendment by which education has become a concurrent list. In 1986 National Policy on Education. So after that, in 1992 a small modification happened. So after 1986 there was no educational policies. So in 2016 the TSR Subramaniam Committee report, in 2019 Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan Committee, in 2020 the National Educational Policy 2020 announced. Let us look at this National Educational Policy 2020. The NEP 2020 was formulated after unprecedented consultation involving over 2 lakh suggestions from 2.5 lakhs gram panchayats, 6,600 blocks, 6,000 ULBs, 676 districts. Such a huge consultation this education policy did. And Ministry of Human Resources Department initiated participatory consultation process from January 2015. In May 2016, Committee for Evaluation of the New Education Policy under the chairmanship of late TSR Subramaniam, former Cabinet Secretary, submitted its report in 2016. Based on this, the ministry prepared some inputs for the draft National Education Policy 2016. In June 2017, a committee for the draft National Education Policy was constituted under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, which submitted the draft National Education Policy. In 2019 to HRD Minister on May 31st, 2019. The draft National Education Policy 2019 was uploaded on MHRD's website and at My Government Innovate portal, inviting views, suggestions, comments of stakeholders, including public. Such a huge consultations took place from 2015 to till still they are continuing in preparing this new educational policy. Major and important highlights of National Education Policy 2020 in India. So this policy was approved by the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, making way for large-scale transformation reforms in both school and higher education sectors. This is the first education policy of the 21st century and replaces the 34-year-old National Education Policy, 1986. So National Policy 2020 is prepared to make use of Indian resources to meet Indian requirements. This policy is prepared to meet present day challenges. This policy is prepared to empower Indian youth by giving quality education. This policy prepared to make glory, to bring glory to the Indian culture and values. This policy is prepared to make India self-reliant, self-sufficient. This policy prepared to make India a superpower, a world leader. This education policy NEP 2020 is to give that education by which character is formed, strength of the mind increased, intellect is expanded, and one can stand upon one's own feet. This education policy is to give man-making and nation-building education. The main aim of the National Education Policy 2020 to give a universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% gross enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. Some important silent features of the new educational policy. It is to universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030. To bring 2 crore out of school children back into the mainstream. To adopt new 5+3+3+4 school curriculum with 12 years of schooling and 3 years of Anganwadi, that is preschooling. The previously only first class to 10th class was there in school education. Now that is 5 to 14 age group children. Now this new education policy is concentrating 3 years of Anganwadi preschooling, which is very important in a child life. These 3 to 5 years, 3 to 6 years age is very important in a person's life. So this education policy first time is taking care of this group, age group of children, and all these 3 to 18 years have been covered in school education system, come under compulsory free education. So this education policy is to emphasize on fundamental literacy and numeracy. No rigid separation between academic streams, extracurricular, vocational streams in schools. The vocational education to start from class 6 with internships. This is the major change. So in this education system, now the extracurricular activities are going to take place. They are also given equal importance on par with the regular subjects. So that is what a true education. Education has to bring out all-round development of the student. Education has to bring out the complete personality of student, physical, mental, intellectual, emotional and spiritual. So education has to make a student physically fit, mentally alert, intellectually sharp, emotionally well balanced and spiritually elevated. Unfortunately, so far our education system has been concentrating only on cognitive domain, only concentrating on marks and ranks. We are running after marks and ranks, but totally physical education, so intellectual thinking and emotional, especially emotional balancing, is lacking in present education system. That's why the suicides are taking place in the society. Even after getting higher education, getting job, people are committing suicide. They don't know how to live happy life. They are unable to control the emotions. That's why committing suicides. Education has to give confidence, not a suicide mentality. So, how to control emotions how to make a person physically fit by only introducing games, sports, literally cultural, dance, music, by indulging the students, by engaging the students in extracurricular. Now there is no extracurricular, everything is curricular. By engaging the students in games, sports, dance, music, they become physically fit. Not only become physically fit, the mentally alert, intellectually sharp, and emotionally well balanced. This is very, very important in one's own life. So all these things, the Pancha Kosha Vikasa, all these 5 domains, then only the student personality becomes complete. So this educational policy takes care of all the 4 domains: physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. That is the major important transformation change in this new educational policy. And not only that, it is taking care of unemployment by making the students, by inculcating skills, by developing skills. So, and by introducing vocational education at the level of 6th standard, they can learn so many things, and so later they can set up their own business, and they can lead their own life. They don't want to depend on others. This will reduce unemployment problem also. This will develop a confidence in youth to adapt to teaching up to at least grade 5 to be in mother tongue, that is in regional language. This is also one of the very important steps taken by this education policy. If we think almost all developed countries in the world, the education is in their mother tongue, in their regional language. You take China, France, Russia, Japan, Germany, everywhere the education is in their mother tongue. They are all developed countries. Even educational psychologists, they are emphasizing the primary education should be in mother tongue only. So this policy has taken care of this important aspect. Assessment reforms with 360 degrees holistic progress card, tracking student progress for achieving learning outcomes. So the assessment evaluation system also need to be changed. So in this education policy, we are assessing the student in 360 degrees, not only by conducting a simple test or exam. A continuous evaluation process will be there, and not only in textbooks but also in extracurricular activities. They also have equal importance in this policy. Education has to bring out all-round development of the student: physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. So this all-round development is going to happen if by this new education policy. So gross enrollment ratio in higher education to be raised to 50% by 2035. 3.5 crore seats to be added in higher education. So this is the major step towards strengthening higher education system. The 3.5 crores seats to be added, and 50%. So there have been more dropouts in higher education. So to reduce the dropouts in higher education, by 2030 it should be raised up to 50%. To implement flexibility of subjects in higher education curriculum. So this is also one of the major changes. Now students can learn economics along with chemistry, so history along with physics. So there is a flexibility of choosing subjects in higher education. One can choose his choice of subject. So there will not be any particular science, art groups. So students can choose their choice of subjects, variety choice of subjects, the economics with physics, so history with chemistry, or mathematics with music. So students can learn their choice subjects. To enable multiple entry and exit to be allowed with appropriate certification. This is also one of the major steps taken by this new education policy. So due to some reasons, some students have to discontinue their studies. So they have to lose their academic qualifications. Now this will not happen. Even after pursuing first year of degree, if they want to discontinue due to some personal reasons, they can continue the study even after one year or 2 years more than that. This facility is there. Even after completing 1 year, they will be given certificate, even 2 years, 3 years. So there is a facility of multiple entry and multiple exit in higher education. So academic bank of credits to be established to facilitate transfer of credits. Every student will have a bank account, a credit account, which will continue throughout his study. Wherever he goes, in which college or university, his credit account will be there. He can access his credit account just like a passbook in the bank. This is also very important major step in this new education policy. To establish National Research Foundation to foster a strong research culture. To encourage young scientists. So this is the best step in this new education policy. A research foundation is going to establish by the government. Light but tight regulation of higher education. Single regulator with 4 separate verticals for different functions. The entire education system is going to come under one umbrella. This is also a very good step. Affiliation system to be phased out in 15 years with graded autonomy to colleges. Very, very important step taken by this education policy. There will not be any affiliated colleges, only autonomous colleges, so that they will maintain the standard of education. So this will increase the quality and standard of education by the institutions has to maintain quality education, then only they can survive. So there is no affiliation process. Now almost every college is affiliated to some university and they will get the university certificate. Even though if you study in a small college, if it is affiliated to JNTU or Osmania, they will get Osmania JNTU certificate. But now there will not be no affiliations. Every institute every college, every university has to maintain its own standards, then only they can survive. So it is also a major important step taken by the new education policy. National Education Policy 2020 advocates increased use of technology with equity. National Educational Technology Forum to be created. This is also a major important step. National Educational Technology Forum to be created to use the technology in education. So National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes setting up of Gender Inclusion Fund. This is also very important. So for women empowerment, women education, special education zones for disadvantaged regions and groups are going to be set up. So to bring the equal development among the regions and states, so the neglected states and regions also be taken care of. This special education zones are going to come. To promote multilingualism in both schools and higher education institutions, National Institute for Pali, Persian and Prakrit, Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation to be set up. So this is going to happen. So every Indian regional language, if a student want to pursue his education in his regional language, now it will be available for all Indian regional languages. So almost all technical subjects also, the translation, interpretation institute to be set up. So this will benefit all regional, rural students to pursue their education in their regional language. Built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability and accountability, this policy is aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and aims to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both school and college education more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, suitable to 21st century needs and aimed at bringing out the unique capabilities of each student. So I hope the first time in Indian history such more than 5 years a huge consultation of different sections of the society, a new education policy is going to evolve. So definitely I hope this policy is going to transform the education system, and definitely this policy is going to bring the best among the students. This policy is going to make India a superpower by giving quality education. So thank you. These are the some silent futures. Thank you for watching this video.